Hi everyone, my name is Alex Eichler and I'm responsible for the vehicle dynamics of the N brand models at the Hyundai Motor Europe Technical Center in Rüsselsheim, Germany. Today I have the pleasure to present this all-new Hyundai i20 N for you. It's the first B-segment hot hatch from Hyundai and I can tell you it's really hot. It comes with a number of dedicated features for the ultimate fun-to-drive experience, like a launch control or a rev-matching function. So let's check it out. So how does it feel to drive the i20 N? Well, you really feel connected to the road. And it feels uncompromisingly sporty. For the development of the i20 N, our target was to integrate the typical N DNA to a B-segment hot hatch. We started, again, with reinforcing the body. So it has additional welding spots, which gives a good basis for a proper suspension tuning. The suspension with the kinematics and springs, dampers, anti-roll bars, and especially the rear CTBA was completely reworked. The result is what you can feel on the road and on the racetrack. This car turns in really sharp and it's very precise to drive and it's uncompromisingly sporty. The thrilling vehicle dynamics of the i20 N are supported by the mechanical limited slip differential, our N corner carving differential. It is applied in a way that it provides just enough traction when accelerating out of the corners, while guaranteeing enough agility for the i20 N. Steering, of course, is very important in high-performance vehicles. So the steering system of the i20 was completely reworked for the i20 N. It has a column-mounted power steering system with a motor that was being increased in its capacity to also fulfill the demands of a racetrack with high compressions and high forces being transmitted to the steering. So with this steering, you will always have enough power for every situation. And of course, the steering feel was carefully adapted so that we have the typical N DNA, which means you have a very precise on-center and a very linear torque build-up when steering into the corners. In order to guarantee perfect grip and balance, we also developed the tires together with Pirelli, so that they are specifically adapted to the i20 N. By this, we reached a tremendous grip on high mu and on wet mu, and a very good steering precision. Of course, the brakes have been adapted as well. We have high-performance brakes with 320mm rotors on the front axle and performance brake pads. All tested thoroughly on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. The N Grin control system of the i20 N offers various drive modes, which can be activated either by pressing the buttons on the steering wheel or by pressing a dedicated drive mode button down here. So we offer an Eco mode, a normal mode, a sport mode, an N mode, and 2 free configurable custom modes. I can show you the custom modes in here. You can choose the responsiveness of the engine from normal to Sport Plus. You can configure the steering from normal to Sport or Sport Plus. The ESC mode from normal to Sport, or the dedicated off mode of the ESC system, which turns off the TCS and ESC completely. You can as well configure the rev-matching function, how aggressive it should be, whether it is off if you do the heel and toeing yourself, or you put it to normal, sport or sport plus. Last but not least, the exhaust sound can also be chosen between normal, sport and sport plus. With the engine in sport plus and the exhaust sound in sport plus, you will experience the full crackling sound of the exhaust system. Another racetrack feature is the launch control. You can activate it in the performance options. Here you can select the starting RPM for the launch control, so you can dial it down or up. For dry road, 4200 are quite okay, and you can activate it. Being in N mode, you simply have to press the clutch, first gear, then push the accelerator pedal and let the clutch go. And the traction control system will control the slip in the optimum way for the best traction. Another fun to drive feature of the i20 N is the Rev-Matching. You can very easily activate it by a dedicated button on the steering wheel. Just pressing it, you have the Rev-Matching function active, and it will automatically adapt the engine rev to the gear that you are shifting to. So for example, before this corner we shift to the second gear and there is no heel and towing necessary, and the engine rev will be adapted automatically. And a very nice feature, it also works from second to first gear, which is quite attractive on alpine roads. So when there's a curvy road ahead, that's the right terrain for the i20 N. It's really sharp and it really attracts you to take every corner. It's so much fun. The engine, suspension and steering all fits really together for the pure driving pleasure.